Dive into the depths of terror with the top 10 underground horror films that redefine the genre. From twisted nightmares to chilling tales of the unknown, these cult classics will leave you trembling with fear. Join us as we unearth the darkest corners of cinema and explore the macabre world of underground horror. Number 10. Lake Mungo, 2008. An Australian mockumentary horror film directed by Joel Anderson is a chilling exploration of grief and the supernatural. Following the drowning death of their daughter Alice, the Palmer family begins to experience unsettling phenomena in their home. Through interviews, home videos, and photographs, the film slowly unravels the mystery surrounding Alice's death, revealing dark secrets hidden within the family. Anderson masterfully blurs the line between reality and the paranormal, creating a sense of unease that lingers long after the credits roll. Lake Mungo is a thought-provoking and emotionally resonant horror film that transcends genre conventions, leaving a lasting impact on viewers. Number 9. The Devil's Rejects, 2005. Directed by Rob Zombie, is a brutal and unflinching descent into depravity. A sequel to House of 1000 Corpses, the film follows the sadistic Firefly family as they go on a murderous rampage to escape a vengeful sheriff. Zombie's gritty direction and visceral violence create an atmosphere of relentless terror and moral ambiguity. Despite its depraved characters, The Devil's Rejects compels audiences to confront the humanity within even the most monstrous individuals. With its raw intensity and uncompromising vision, the film solidifies Zombie's status as a master of modern horror and earns its place in underground cinema. Number 8. A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, 2014. An Iranian vampire western directed by Anna Lily Amirpour is a mesmerizing blend of genres and cultural influences. Set in the fictional Iranian ghost town of Bad City, the film follows a lonely vampire who preys on the town's criminals and misfits. With stunning black and white cinematography and a haunting soundtrack, Amirpour creates an atmospheric and visually striking world. A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night defies categorization, offering a fresh take on vampire mythology while exploring themes of loneliness, identity, and empowerment. Its blend of genre conventions and artistic vision cements its status as a modern classic in underground horror cinema. Number 7. Pontypool, 2008. A Canadian horror film directed by Bruce McDonald offers a fresh and innovative take on the zombie genre. Set on a radio station during a viral outbreak, the film explores the power of language and communication as the infection spreads through words. McDonald skillfully builds tension through claustrophobic atmosphere and intense dialogue, focusing on the psychological effects of the epidemic rather than graphic violence. Pontypool subverts expectations with its unique premise and thought-provoking themes, leaving audiences on the edge of their seats until the chilling conclusion. Its originality and depth solidify its place as a standout in underground horror cinema. Number 6. May, 2002. Directed by Lucky McKee, is a haunting psychological horror film that delves into themes of loneliness and alienation. The titular character, May, is a socially awkward young woman desperate for connection. As she descends into madness, her obsession with creating the perfect friend leads to gruesome consequences. McKee expertly navigates the delicate balance between sympathy and unease, crafting a character-driven narrative that resonates with audiences. May is a masterclass in psychological horror, blending moments of tenderness with shocking violence to create an unforgettable exploration of isolation and the desperate human need for companionship. Number 5. The Loved Ones, 2009. An Australian horror film directed by Sean Byrne is a harrowing exploration of obsession and sadism. The story follows Brent, a teenager who becomes the target of a disturbed girl's twisted prom night plans after rejecting her invitation. Byrne masterfully crafts a tense and claustrophobic atmosphere as Brent fights for survival against his tormentors. The Loved Ones shocks audiences with its graphic violence and psychological intensity, delving into themes of trauma and revenge. With its unrelenting brutality and darky comedic undertones, the film leaves a lasting impact, solidifying its status as a standout entry in underground horror cinema. Number 4. Man Bites Dog, 1992. A Belgian mockumentary directed by Remy Belvoegh, André Bonzel, and Bernard Polvoord offers a chillingly realistic portrayal of a charming yet sociopathic serial killer. The film follows Ben, a charismatic but sinister figure, as he commits a series of increasingly brutal murders while being followed by a documentary crew. Blurring the lines between fiction and reality, Man Bites Dog satirizes media sensationalism and voyeuristic tendencies, confronting viewers with uncomfortable truths about violence and complicity. Its dark humor and unflinching violence challenge audiences to question their fascination with true crime, establishing it as a cult classic of underground horror cinema. Number 3. The Iron Man, 1989. Directed by Shinya Tsukamoto, is a surreal and nightmarish journey into body horror and industrial madness. Set in a dystopian urban landscape, the film follows a man who begins to transform into a grotesque metallic entity after an encounter with a mysterious metal fetishist. Tsukamoto's avant-garde style and frenetic editing create a visceral and unsettling experience, blurring the lines between man and machine, flesh and metal. Tetsuo, the Iron Man, is a visually arresting and thematically rich exploration of technology, identity, and the dark impulses of humanity, solidifying its status as a cult classic in underground horror cinema. Number 2. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, 1986. Directed by John McNaughton, is a chilling exploration of the banality of evil. Loosely based on the confessions of real-life serial killer Henry Lee Lucas, the film follows Henry as he drifts through a bleak urban landscape, committing acts of violence with disturbing detachment. McNaughton's raw and unflinching portrayal of Henry's life is a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk within seemingly ordinary individuals. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, eschews conventional horror tropes in favor of psychological realism, creating an unnerving and unforgettable experience that remains a benchmark of underground horror cinema. Number 1. The Blair Witch Project, 1999. Directed by Daniel Myrick and Eduardo Sanchez, revolutionized the found footage horror genre. Presented as real footage discovered in the woods, the film follows 3 student filmmakers investigating the legend of the Blair Witch. Through improvised performances and shaky camera work, the Blair Witch Project crafts a sense of claustrophobia and dread, relying on atmosphere rather than graphic violence. Its innovative marketing campaign fueled speculation about its authenticity, leading to a cultural phenomenon. By blending documentary-style realism with supernatural terror, the film remains a landmark in underground horror cinema, influencing countless found footage films and leaving a lasting imprint on pop culture. That wraps up our journey through the shadows of underground horror. Which of these spine-tingling films will you be adding to your watch list? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more bone-chilling recommendations. Until next time, stay spooky.